Watch Sarah Huckabee Sanders goes head-to-head with Joy Behar on live TV. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders recently appeared on ABC's The View earlier this week. Tensions ran high when repeated attempts to foxhole Huckabee Sanders failed. It started when Joy Behar looked at Huckabee Sanders and told her that she feels sorry for her speaking for the president because President Trump lies 95% of the time. According to her figures from PolitiFact, the only problem is that Behar's statements isn't true. Huckabee Sanders then went on to explain that it is these types of false media narratives that inhibits the president's ability to succeed. His success is America's success. As you can imagine, this was not received well by Behar, the dramatic Whoopi Goldberg, and part of the audience. Instead of rising to the debate, Behar just reiterated that she felt sorry for Huckabee Sanders. Behar was referencing the report from the left-leaning Politico, which stated that 95 out of 158 claims were false or pants on fire, not 95%. Again, this was just an attempt to push a false narrative that is not based in reality, but simply seemed to make Behar feel like she was justified in her statements. The problem with that, Joy, is that you are doing exactly what we are talking about and pushing a false narrative, Huckabee Sanders sternly replied. This is not the first time the new White House press secretary called out the media pushing false stories. Let's take a listen, but at the end, Whoopi comes out with some kind of question about Obama and Trump stating that he's not the real president. And, you know, how do you expect Sanders to answer that? Let's take a listen.
Is the media supposed to not report on the fact that 95% of what he says is a lie? Well, that's...
False.
The problem with that, Joy, is that is you are doing exactly what we're talking about and pushing a false narrative.
No, it's not.
95% of what the president says is not a lie.
It's from PolitiFact, from Politico. It's not just the dreaded New York Times. It is other outlets that say it. 5% of his statements are true. 5%.
That's just it.
And you, I feel for you. I feel sorry for you that you have to go out and defend those lies every day.
And that has been documented. And so as the face of really the administration, what do you say to the American people when you have a boss that engages in untruths?
Well, I completely disagree with the fact that what you're saying is only 5% of that is true. I know that that is simply not accurate, and I think that's one of the dangers that we have right now is we are pushing so many false narratives every day. We're creating false perceptions about the president and, frankly, inhibiting his ability to succeed. I think America should want him to succeed. He is the president whether they voted for him or not, and I think that we have to get behind that. We should be championing for his success because his success is America's success, and that's what we should all want.
But you also have to get somebody in the office who recognizes what the truth is. And that, I mean, because, and I will take you just to one point that we can all agree on. Where was President Obama born, and is he an American citizen?
I think this has been pretty well addressed.
Well, but this narrative, this is what I'm talking about. That's a narrative that went on forever and really he didn't clear it up until after he was in office. So there are those things that we could go back and forth with, but I think it would be helpful if he would stick to whatever he's just like. Last night he tweeted one thing and then he said something else the next morning, and it's like come on, man.
Well, how does see, that's a question that Sarah actually could not answer in a sense, because that's getting into the middle of everything, and we all know that who Obama was actually sticking up for. We all know the answer to that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.